One Zambia, One Nation. It is the 27th of August, 2024. We warmly welcome you to Zanis TV Main News. We are broadcasting to you from Mass Media Complex in Lusaka. I'm your presenter, Nambula Mwangala, and my sign language interpreter is John Chulu. Let's look at the top stories in the news. President Hichilema meets a business delegation. Chinese government to help Zambia end power deficit. Over 1 million kwacha disbursed to combat cattle theft in Chipata. Plus, government recommends termination of contracts. And now the news in detail. President Hakainde Hichilema says government is committed to working with the private sector in its ambitious agenda to develop infrastructure in the country. President Hichilema says Zambia is centrally located and needs to be land-linked through the Lobito corridor, which is expected to connect neighboring countries such as Angola. The head of state said this when a delegation from Mote Angel, a Portuguese company which specializes in construction, engineering and energy, called on him at State House this morning. Details in the following report.
Infrastructure development is the engine for any country to realize meaningful economic development. It is for this reason that President Hakainde Hichilema has praised Mote Angel, a Portuguese company that specializes in construction, engineering, energy and airport development, among others, for coming to Zambia to explore investment opportunities.
This is the place to be. I've coined what I say, we are now, for us, a strategically land-linked country. And we have no complaints about our location. All we have is great opportunities we see. And we're looking for friends, partners, businesses, countries, businesses, to work with us to actualize this vision. The many things you've said here, I don't want to repeat. I think I will suggest a way we proceed from here. Let's look at the infrastructure, very important to us, all the aspects you have touched. But let me hang around Lobito corridor. This corridor is important to us. When we took public office 2 years, 4 days ago, thereabout, we quickly decided that we'll be part of the Lobito corridor. And we worked ourselves through and are now integral to the Lobito corridor. So Angola, Congo, DR, and ourselves. For us, it is important to make sure that the Lobito corridor, for the envisaged benefits, which includes what the minister explained, the mineral trajectory or agenda we have, plus the agriculture and opening up our country.
And Mote Angel Vice Chief Executive Officer Manuel Mota explained the aim of coming to Zambia.
I think there is things that we can start doing today which are independent of that. Of course, when those studies are finalized, we are very interested to develop that railway, to look into the railway, into the viability. But today, there is two sectors. One, which is, in a sense, the start of the Lobito corridor on the Zambian side, which is from Kapiri, Ndola, Chingola, okay, which already exists, this railway, and is non-operational, if I'm not mistaken, or in a very bad situation. We would be very keen to pick up this project today. We don't need to wait for the studies. We believe we can structure a financing for this project.
Transport and Logistics Minister Frank Tayari reiterated the importance of improving key infrastructure, such as airports, among others, in the country.
It's a blessing that we have this central, geographic location, and that if we are to enhance trade, not just for ourselves, but we have to facilitate that trade for our neighbors as well. And you've spoken about a lot of things. You have a long shopping list. And I would like to say that Zambia is truly the one-stop shop where all these areas that you talk about roads and talk about rail, talk about ports and airports, are indeed what this government, through this president, has identified as the infrastructure projects that are going to unlock what has always been dubbed as potential.
Minister of Infrastructure and Urban Development Charles Milupi also shared his thoughts.
Mota senior officials led by the Vice CEO, Mr. Mota himself, visiting Zambia to proactively engage the Zambian authorities in order to bring to bear their expertise in project framing for selected high priority projects.
This kind of collaboration between Mota NGO and government, once actualized, will spur economic activities. Sunday for Zanis in Lusaka.
President Hakainde Hichilema today officially opened the Association of Zambian Diocesan Catholic Clergy (AZDCC) conference in Kabwe, which has drawn Catholic leaders from across the country. The AZDCC conference is a 5-day conference which started on August 26, 2024, and opening celebrations started with the celebration of Mass. In his address, President Hichilema called on the church to encourage their congregants and communities to contribute to food security and venture into agriculture by taking advantage of government's initiatives such as agriculture loans, which have reduced interest rates. President Hakainde Hichilema has called on Catholic priests to continue praying for the nation and uniting their respective communities. Dr. Hichilema says the church plays a critical role in promoting love, unity and peace in the country. Zanis reports that the head of state was speaking during the inauguration mass of the Association of Zambian Diocesan Catholic Clergy, AZDCC, at St. Mary's Parish in Kabwe.
President Hakainde Hichilema this afternoon joined the Catholic community to Mass at St. Mary's Assumption Parish, organized by the Association of Zambian Diocesan Catholic Clergy. President Hichilema has called on the priests to continue praying for the nation and uniting communities. He was speaking at the opening Mass for the inauguration of Catholic priests from 11 dioceses from across the country.
By the broader community. Otherwise, I'm here to simply greet the congregation and to express our delight that we are present today, Bishop Lenga, when we delivered this well-meaning and deep-rooted message. I'm aware that the theme of where we are going has to do with community and also climate change, if you like, sustainability. Wonderful theme, wonderful service. Thank you once more.
Earlier, delivering his homily, Kabwe Catholic Diocese Bishop Clement Mulenga underscored the importance of the Christian community to pray for one another in synodality.
As I said, all of us are shepherds. It depends on what we put first. Is it the people of God or is it money? Money, which makes the world blind in any case.
The head of state also had a closed-door meeting with the bishops and priests. For Zanis News, I'm Catherine Sakala in Kabwe, Central Province.
The Chinese government says it is strategically working on remedial measures to end Zambia's drought-induced hydropower generation deficit that has hit the country and create a stable nationwide power supply. And Chinese ambassador to Zambia, Hang Jin, has stressed that the upcoming forum on China-Africa Cooperation, FOCSE, to run from September 4th to 6th, 2024, will change the development trajectory for Zambia and Africa. Zanis reports that Ambassador Hang said in Lusaka that China is set to hold the Zambia Power Development Forum in Beijing, China, on the sidelines of the FOCSE summit in order to explore ways of helping Zambia end the persistent power deficit and enhance capacity for stable and steady power generation supply. Ambassador Han shared that in the last 25 years, China has mobilized and channeled resources to fund construction and upgrade of 66,000 kilometers of power transmission and distribution lines and power generation facilities with an installed capacity of 120 million kilowatts in several African countries. The Chinese envoy said President Hakainde Hichilema, in addition to attending the FOCAC summit, will attend the Zambia Power Supply Development Forum, which will bring together stakeholders from the power and financial sectors of China in a joint search for solutions to the current power shortage faced by Zambia. According to the National Power Utility, ZESCO, Zambia is currently facing an energy deficit in excess of 1,000 megawatts, largely generated through hydropower at Lake Kariba, which is experiencing low water levels due to the drought caused by climate change. Also in the news, Minister of Defense Ambrose Lufuma has stressed the need for platforms that provide opportunities for countries to address pressing issues such as legal implications of new technologies on the battlefield and adaptation of legal frameworks to emerging threats. Speaking when he officially opened the 7th iteration of the Africa Military Forum in Lusaka today, Mr. Lufuma said the forum is aimed at gaining new perspectives and forging legal frameworks that will guide decision-making in the years to come. Mr. Lufuma noted that the collaboration is not only for the benefit of respective countries, but for the global community as a whole. And United States Ambassador to Zambia, Michael Gonzalez, said understanding international laws governing warfare is critical during the times when artificial intelligence, cyber warfare, and lethal weapons have become prevalent. Mr. Gonzalez added that the laws help society with governance, ensuring that all persons and institutions, public and private, including the state acting through its military, are held accountable to laws. The iteration of African Military Law Forum brings together African military legal professionals from across the continent to discuss current legal issues, confronting them, as well as best practices in addressing challenging legal issues.
In a world that is increasingly interconnected, our military forces are often called upon to navigate complex and rapidly evolving legal landscapes, from peacekeeping missions to counter-terrorism operations, from the protection of civilians to the upholding of international humanitarian law. The legal challenges we face are as adverse as they are daunting. This forum serves as a crucial platform for us to shape best practice, exchange ideas, and confront the contemporary legal issues that challenges our militaries. It is a place where we can learn from each other's experiences, where we can gain new perspectives, and where we can forge the legal frameworks that will guide our actions in the years to come.
We have to acknowledge that a military's work takes place in a security environment that is increasingly complex, intertwined with civilian actors and progressively challenging with advances in technology and information. It is at these critical junctures that the sage legal counsel, like you all, ensures universal justice, assists commanders in understanding the legality of operational options, and maintains the military's credibility among its citizens. So I applaud our gracious hosts, the Zambian Defense Forces, and the Zambian government for embracing these concepts and advancing them through events like this African Military Law Forum.
Minister of Tourism, Rodney Sikumba, says government wants wildlife conservation efforts to benefit communities living in game management areas. Mr. Sikumba was speaking in Nyimba district of Eastern Province when he officiated at the handover of a 1x3 classroom block at Mulamba Primary School. Nyimba Foundation, in collaboration with Mopani Safaris and Army Bell Safaris of United States of America, constructed the school. Here is a report.
Over 420 pupils of Mulamba Primary School in Senior Chief Ruembe's area in Nyimba district will now enjoy the benefits of free education in a conducive learning environment following the construction of a 1x3 classroom block. The school has been constructed from proceeds of tourism activities, particularly wildlife, through the Nyimba Foundation, Mopani Safaris and Annie Bell Charity of USA. Minister of Tourism Rodney Sikumba officiated at the handover of the school to government.
We are committed as government to ensuring that each and every child, irrespective of which chiefdom, irrespective of which area they're coming from, is able to go to school. Particular resource, as my provincial minister mentioned, is as a result of your conservation efforts to the wildlife that is sitting in this, your GMN. And we're very happy and very delighted that the benefits of your opportunity cost of leaving that area for conservation has resulted in this classroom block that we're seeing today.
Ranch owners in the district are committed to improving the quality of life for members of the communities in the area they operate.
We thus partnered with Mopani Safaris, which is the hunting operator on the ground, and Amy Bell Charities, an NGO from America, to make this project possible. With this additional 1x3 classroom block being donated today, the school will be able to overcome one of the major challenges facing many of our schools today, which is limited classroom space. The capacity of the school will now significantly increase by at least 120, being able to cater for over 500 students, thereby enabling many more talented students to access quality education.
The community around Mulamba School is happy and grateful to government and its partners for seeing the benefits of the conservation activities being undertaken in the area.
This new building will be a cornerstone in our educational journey, offering a conducive environment for learning and growth. It is through such partnerships that we can aspire to greater heights and work towards a brighter future.
Henry Himonde reporting in Nyimba District, Eastern Province.
Ministry of Information and Media Permanent Secretary Tabo Kawana has advised Zambians against irresponsible usage of social media platforms. Mr. Kawana says irresponsible use of social media platforms can cause anarchy in the country. He has urged citizens to desist from spreading falsehoods, misinforming the nation, and creating panic in the country. The Permanent Secretary was speaking today during a media briefing at his office. He disclosed that government is in the process of repealing the Cyber Security and Cyber Crimes Act No. 2 of 2021. Mr. Kawana explained that the current law does not have a provision to hold administrators of social media platforms accountable, but once amended, administrators of social media groups will be held liable for illegal posts on their platforms.
We need to be responsible as we utilize social media. We ought to desist from utilizing social media as a platform where we spread not only falsehoods, but also a platform where we misinform the nation and create panic in the nation, and making it a recipe that can actually create anarchy in the country. In line with its commitments, this government is committed to safeguarding the safety and security of all citizens. Government announced on the 23rd of August 2024 that it has embarked on the process of repealing the Cybersecurity and Cybercrimes Act No. 2 of 2021. The revised legislation will aim to enhance the protection of private citizens, particularly in the digital space. The current law does not have a provision to hold administrators of WhatsApp groups or other social media platforms, but once amended, and as was announced by the Honorable Minister of Home Affairs yesterday, administrators of social media groups will be held liable for illegal posts on their platforms.
Stay tuned for agriculture news plus more interesting stories after the break.
The Issue is a program that looks at topical issues happening in the country. Watch The Issue every Friday at 19:30 hours, only on Zanis TV, Channel 6 DTT and Channel 458 DTH on Topstar. Don't miss.
Government has released over 1 million kwacha to Chipata City Council to support livestock production and combat cattle theft that has deprived many cattle farmers in the province. Acting Town Clerk Donald Mwanza reviewed the developments to Zanis. Details in the following report.
Spending sleepless nights as they fight to protect their cattle from theft. These cattle farmers of Kasenengwa district in Eastern Province are worried with the increase of cattle rustling that is depriving many in the area of their only source of livelihood.
So ambiri balimi kuno tulira andi manganda lomba tupezeka kuti muntu lomba utola ng'ombe ulala nazo pafupi na ng'anda yako ziyakine ng'ombe tulala nazo manganda mfupi mwamene mwala kuyepa kuita chinji kuti bangatilire tung'ombe akuti muziva kuti ng'ombe muntu kuti mulime aigule tutacha mwina ni 2-3 years opanga budget pa ng'ombe imozi.
Eastern Province Permanent Secretary Paul Tole has visited the farmers and has assured of government intervention.
We are equally aware as government that most of our animals are going into the neighboring countries, not officially but unofficially, meaning that they are smuggled into either Malawi or further beyond Malawi.
Donald Mwanza is acting Chipata City Town Clerk.
We have come up with coordinated patrols that we do with the police and the veterinary department under the council, both day and night. And any movement is tracked from the origin to the final destination. And then also those animals that are not having documents that are permitting them to move, we are immediately seizing them and taking them to our holding pens. Also at the abattoir, we are doing daily surveillance. There are people that are bringing animals that do not have documentation.
To further enhance surveillance and combat cattle theft, the Chipata City Council has received funds from government.
We want to confirm that yes, the government has been actually consistent in sending sector grants regarding the functions of veterinary services to the local authorities. So far we have received to a tune of almost 100,000 kwacha. And this is the resources that we are using to carry out these coordinated patrols so that we can be able to control the theft of livestock.
And police in Chipata have also joined efforts.
But please, if you are caught, then the law will visit. The law will visit. So that is the warning to those wrongdoers who think they can just get other people's animals. It's a warning. We are on the ground. We'll be training them. Information will come and we won't spare them.
For Zanis in Chipata District, I'm Lubasi Mtafela.
About 4,000 beneficiaries of emergency wetland cropping program have started receiving farming inputs from government in Lufonyama district on the Copperbelt province. This follows the flagging off of the distribution exercise on fertilizer and maize seeds by government in the district. Agrippa Silumbwe has more details in the following.
mwaumfaini imwamfaifi bakokobesha fyonse bapita mu badisu kwe bati kuyi kutokuba tuletera twali kufiwana kwa kalefi
so tureromba ba district commissioner bandufanyama bamwali koko ati batutoterereko kuri bakateka wesu atepa shiripa kuleka batwalirira omutima oyo wene.
They are among the beneficiaries of emergency wetland cropping program in Lufanyama district. The initiative is aimed at mitigating the looming hunger in areas which were hit by the drought in the last farming season.
Under this sub-program, each beneficiary household will either receive a cereal, maize seed, vegetable seeds, okra or impua, 2 bags of fertilizer. This is for each household to at least plant 1 lima so that every household becomes food and income secure, resulting in improved quality of life.
The Department of Community Development, which is implementing the program, is determined to conduct close supervision of beneficiaries.
So as we distribute, we'll take about approximately 7 days. So by next week, Friday, our estimation is that we'll conclude our distribution. After that, we plan to monitor the beneficiaries after maybe 2 weeks or so to see how the crops have generated and how the crop is performing, so that we just encourage them to continue working hard to ensure that food security is achieved.
The wetland cropping program will surely help avert hunger in drought-affected areas if well managed by beneficiaries. Reporting, I'm Agrippa Silumbwe.
The Ministry of Community Development and Social Services in Luanshya District has commenced the distribution of emergency wetlands farming inputs to 1,800 households to mitigate the effects of the dry spell experienced during the 2023-2024 farming season. Luanshya District Commissioner Wansmo Ngonomo says the government is committed to improving the lives of the vulnerable communities, especially in the light of the prolonged dry spell that negatively impacted crop yields. Details in the following reports.
Mwaumfaini imwamfaifi bakokobesha fyonse bapita mu badisu kwe bati kuyi kutokuba tuletera twali kufiwana kwa kalefi
so tureromba ba district commissioner bandufanyama bamwali koko ati batutoterereko kuri bakateka wesu atepa shiripa kuleka batwalirira omutima oyo wene.
They are among the beneficiaries of emergency wetland cropping program in Lufanyama district. The initiative is aimed at mitigating the looming hunger in areas which were hit by the drought in the last farming season.
Under this sub-program, each beneficiary household will either receive a cereal, maize seed, vegetable seeds, okra or impua, 2 bags of fertilizer. This is for each household to at least plant 1 lima so that every household becomes food and income secure, resulting in improved quality of life.
The Department of Community Development, which is implementing the program, is determined to conduct close supervision of beneficiaries.
So as we distribute, we'll take about approximately 7 days. So by next week, Friday, our estimation is that we'll conclude our distribution. After that, we plan to monitor the beneficiaries after maybe 2 weeks or so to see how the crops have generated and how the crop is performing, so that we just encourage them to continue working hard to ensure that food security is achieved.
The wetland cropping program will surely help avert hunger in drought-affected areas if well managed by beneficiaries. Reporting, I'm Agrippa Silumbwe, Kapabot Province.
The government, in partnership with GIZ, has trained 24 lecturers from various vocational training institutes in the country in solar energy installation applications at St. Mawagali Trades Training Institute in Choma. St. Mawagali Training Institute Board Chairperson Victor Silavwe said during the send-off ceremony that the objective of the training was to build capacity in human resources at the tertiary institution level that will help to respond to the challenges of installation of solar power equipment. We now take another break. We have more interesting stories coming up.
The Issue is a program that looks at topical issues happening in the country. Watch The Issue every Friday at 19:30 hours, only on Zanis TV, Channel 6 DTT and Channel 458 DTH on Topstar. Don't miss.
Welcome back, and in construction news, Northern Province Permanent Secretary Bernard Dimpundu has recommended the termination of contracts for the construction of chief palaces in Mbala and Senga Hill districts. This is after the contraction Kampe Investments, who is working on both palaces, failed to make meaningful progress on the projects whose contracts were signed in January this year and were expected to be completed at the end of the month. Geoffrey Piri covered the permanent secretary who inspected the projects and gives more in the following reports.
8 months after government handed over the site for the construction of the palace for Chief Mpande in Sengayu district, no meaningful development has been recorded on site. Kampe Investments, the contractor engaged to construct the palace, has only dug the foundation and delivered blocks but is not on site. Northern Province Permanent Secretary Bernard Dimpundu, who visited the site, is disappointed with the contractor.
By tomorrow, they could have been finishing this. By weekend, the chief would have been shifting into this house, according to what we agreed with them as government. Now we are still at foundation level. The Royal Highness is expectant, because this was a promise by His Excellency the President. Money is there. The companies have been picked.
Community members are equally concerned.
Tukirijanya pamulandu wako ya contractor kuno nga musaka bantu kwetukulenga kuli mwoteko lolini vino mungatu chinjija ya contractor pakuti milimo ino mwoteko wafumya itwalilile.
The permanent secretary also visited the site for Chief Mwamba's palace in Mbala district. Here, the situation was no better, except that the contractor is on site and has started working on the foundation.
We had the hiccup in our company. That's why we had we lost some time because of organizing ourselves, so that it's up to the directors.
Mr. Mpundu is recommending the termination of contracts.
We are sitting with the engineer to look at every contract. Those of you who haven't performed, don't waste your time and your money. Go. We are terminating this. We can't continue like this.
The construction of palaces were expected to be done before the end of August this year. But as things stand, more time might be needed for these works to be completed. Geoffrey Piri, reporting for Zanis in Sengayu district.
Still on construction news, Chama North Member of Parliament Ryotam Mutachalo has described some work output by some local contractors as undermining government's efforts in fostering development in rural areas. Mr. Mutachalo was speaking when he inspected a 1x3 classroom block at Munganga Primary School, whose work started in March and was scheduled for completion in July this year. More in the following report by Harriet Chilufya.
The classroom block, once a beacon of hope for a brighter future, now stands as a testament to delay and disappointment, a situation the area Member of Parliament has described as undermining government's effort in fostering development in rural areas.
Government has done everything, but nothing is happening to complete this project as quickly as possible. The contractor, he was highly commended. He started this project in March last year, and I was very optimistic that he was going to move at a good speed so that this project is completed and handed over to the community so that our children are able to learn in a good, habitable environment. So I think I'm extremely disappointed, and I want to appeal to the local authority, the CS particularly, that I think this contractor, the contract must be terminated without further delay, because we can't allow this situation people think that the government is not doing anything, the MP is not doing anything. You see, so this reflects very badly on the member of parliament. You see, so I hope that our colleagues from the local authority are going to move at a supersonic speed and terminate this contract and find maybe a local contractor who can quickly mobilize and complete this 1x3 classroom block. What have been going around, and most of the structures for CDF are of high, low substandards, meaning that very few years from now, these structures will become something else. And people think that we have done nothing when the government is trying by all means to empower local contractors. But while government is doing that, we are busy not doing what we expected to do. And when the government starts engaging foreign contractors like Chinese, we start blaming the government that no, the government is empowering foreign contractors. So this is a wake-up call, and I want to warn other contractors in my constituents that they must complete these works, especially for the 2022-2023 CDF. They must complete these works, I think, before the end of next month. So that people are able to appreciate the good works which are being undertaken by the government through the CDA.
The local authority have promised to withdraw the contract from the contractor.
The same contractor, and he had assured us that by the 1st of August, the project will be handed over to the community. But however, even after that meeting, the contractor is not here, which means that the information that he gave us is wrong and is taking the local authority for granted. And I can assure the community here that as a local authority, I think we are going to take action, because this is the first structure here at the school. Currently, the pupils are just learning under a grass-thatched house or a tree. So I think this is a sorry sight, and the government has made efforts to bring a classroom block here so that the children.
The community now feels betrayed and disillusioned. Harriet Chilufya, reporting for Zanis in Chama district of Eastern Province.
Mumbwa District Commissioner Namukulo Hayumbu has expressed satisfaction with quality of works on the construction of 3 chiefs' palaces by the Zambia Correctional Services. Speaking during an inspection of the 3.6 million kwacha palace being built to Chief Kaindu, Ms. Hayumbu said the government is committed to ensuring that chiefs reside in modern and dignified structures. Details in the following reports.
A comprehensive construction project which includes the chief's palace, 2 houses for chief retainers, and a meeting room has reached the roof level in Kaindo Chiefdom. Mumbwa District Commissioner, who inspected the construction of Chief Kaindo's palace, is impressed with the quality of works done so far.
In Mumbwa District, we have 3 of such being built. We have 1 for Senior Chief Shakumbila. We have another one for His Royal Highness Chief Mlendema. And the 3rd one where we are is being built for His Royal Highness Chief Kaindu. We are remaining with 4 more to be built.
Mumbwa Town Council Director of Works, Engineer Innocent Chilwa, provides an overview of the construction work taking place at the palace site.
The total cost of this project is 3.6 million. The scope includes the construction of 2 chief retainer houses, which are at roof level. Then we have the committee, the meeting room, for the chief's palace as well, which is also at the roof level, and the main palace, which is also at the roof level. So far, the works are progressing well. And
meanwhile, Jackson Kafupi, a local resident of Kaindu Chiefdom, has praised the government for initiating the palace construction project.
Tuleteotera kwa kuti pakutupangira amapalasi y'abamwami bali urubamfu bwa Kaindu nayambye amapalasi kunumba kutete wakwetera ishuko nombera ishuko lyaisa yakutete bafumu bakwate kwa amapalasi.
Krugasyankulu, Zanis, Mumbwa.
Construction news continues. Chama North Member of Parliament, Lyotam Mutayachalo, says the construction of a communication tower in Chivale area will ease communication challenges. Mr. Mutayachalo is happy with the progress made on the project. The parliamentarian, who is in the constituency inspecting the progress of various Constituency Development Fund (CDF) projects, said once the construction of the network tower is complete, it will resolve the challenges of mobile network in the area. Queen Josephine Munyama of Chief Mulendema's chiefdom says traditional ceremonies are vital in preserving the country's cultural heritage as well as uniting the people across all age groups. Queen Munyama says culture instills positive morals, particularly among youths who have been influenced by foreign cultures. She said this during rehearsals ahead of the Munyama traditional ceremony set for August 31st.
The drumming and dance rehearsals have intensified in preparation for the Munyama traditional ceremony in Mumbwa district. Queen Munyama has called on parents to bring their children along.
I'm urging all parents, as they come to attend our traditional ceremony, they shouldn't leave out their children or their young ones, because they should also be there to learn whatever is being done there, because they are the ones who inherit. Or there's a Bemba adage which says, imitikula empanga.
Prince Sidin Munyama has shared insights into the importance of the ceremony.
Munyama one was an Ila warrior who killed a lion with his bare hands. As a result, this is the more reason why we commemorate the Munyama traditional ceremony.
Meanwhile, the organizing committee's chairperson and secretary have confirmed that everything is in place for the event.
We are here to actually show our cultural heritage so that our children cannot, lose who we are.
We find traditional dishes, that is food. People should expect that they will find different cultural dances. The Kaondes will display the Manchancha, Kaonge, Katembo and Kashimbo. Then we also have the Ira warriors. Actually, these are the people that will start performing.
Krugasyankulu, Zanis, Mumbwa.
The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Arts has unveiled the winning theme song for Zambia at 60 Diamond Jubilee. Ministry of Youth, Sports and Arts Permanent Secretary Fumba Chama says the unveiling of a song marks not only the unveiling of a song but the unveiling of a national treasure. Speaking during the launch of the Zambia at 60 theme song in Lusaka, Mr. Chama said it is important that everyone celebrate the song that embodies the country's nation's pride, aspirations, and its collective dreams for the future. Mr. Chama revealed that the winning song was produced by Trevor Siandi, commonly known as TK of Roma Side Studios, in collaboration with various artists who have won a 50,000 kwacha. And speaking at the same event, Zambia at 60 Secretariat Chairperson Patricia Chanda, congratulated the winner and hoped the song will unite the country. Ms. Chanda thanked the government for the support and commitment towards the competition and launch of the song.
This event marks not only the unveiling of a song, but the unveiling of a national treasure, which we will get to listen to. Music has always been at the heart of our national identity. It has been a source of comfort in times of hardship, a medium for storytelling, and a powerful tool for uniting our people. As we celebrate our Diamond Jubilee this year, it is very important that we do so through a song that embodies our nation's pride, our aspirations, and our collective dreams for the future. Let me take this opportunity to state that the Zambia Diamond Jubilee theme song competition was launched with a vision of capturing the essence of our journey as a country. And we recall the words of our founding father, Tiende Pamozi. Let us work together as we develop our nation. For this task, we called upon our talented artists to journey with us, to create a piece that would resonate with every Zambian across the nation. The response was overwhelming. As indicated by the chair or vice chair of the educators panel, it was a very competitive process, and today we unveil the winner. The creativity, passion, and dedication displayed by all participating artists were truly inspiring. It is a testament to our vibrant and diverse artistic heritage. Out of many exceptional submissions, one song stood out. It captured the spirit of Zambia in a way that moved the hearts of the judges and resonated with the values that we hold dear as a nation.
Well, on that note, we come to the end of our news bulletin. But before we go, let's have a recap of the top stories once again. President Hichilema meets a business delegation. Chinese government to help Zambia end power deficit. Over 1 million kwacha disbursed to combat cattle theft in Chipata. Plus, government recommends termination of contracts. That's all we had for you on this evening bulletin. On behalf of my sign language interpreter, John Chulu, and the entire news production crew, my name is Nambula Mwangala. Thank you for watching.